Today on Clubhouse Gas, Coach Rodney Hennon from the Harvard of the South, Georgia Southern University is here for some more infield drills. So stay tuned right here to Clubhouse Gas.
The ball that's hit to our glove hand side, I've walked into the pitch. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to open up and take a crossover step. And again, Brian is going to travel low to the ground. He's not going to be working too high. And the first thing he's got to do is once again gauge the best point to meet that ball and get himself the best hop possible. Okay, once he makes that decision, he's going to get to that point and when possible, square up. And then as he fields the ball, get back to the fielding position, please, Brian. Go in front right now, okay? All right, he's just moved from his right to his left, okay? Now, as he fields this ball and comes through, he's going to have a little bit of a slight lean forward just to kind of balance himself as he works through in the transition here, okay? More so in this play, we definitely cannot stand up too high. Go ahead. All right, he's got to stay low. And again, he's got to work a little harder on the ball hit to his left to set his feet and get his hips and his front shoulder back around and in line with that first baseman to make that throw. Okay? But when possible, we always want to square up. Now, there are some exceptions on this play. We're not always going to be able to get there. That ball we really got to work to in the hole to our glove hand side. Brian may have to field that ball outside of his feet with one hand. Okay? In that case, he's going to try to really work to get his hips around. All right, go ahead. Back in line with the first baseman. And at times, his momentum is going to take him, and a lot of times we got to reach for this ball outside of our feet. He may have to reverse pivot to get his front shoulder and hips back in line with the first baseman. We talked earlier about making every throw right up here on top. All right, there's some exceptions there too. That ball that we really have to work to, guy getting down the line pretty good. And here's an example. Brian may not be able to throw from right here. He may have to drop his arm a little bit. All right, but even when he throws from down here, a little more on the side or 3/4, he's going to keep his fingers behind that baseball, all right, and not drop them underneath. Let's see if I can roll you a few over there. We'll see if we've got enough room here. All right, we're going glove hand side. Let's see if I can make him work on this one a little more. Okay. Now we've got to talk about the ball hit to the other side, our backhand side. We're going to start out with what we call a V cut. Okay, now there again, if we have an opportunity to get our body behind the baseball and square it up, we want to do so. Okay, that's a decision we've got to make. We've walked into the pitch. The ball is hit. Open up, cross over. Now Brian's got to make a decision at some point whether or not he's going to need to backhand this ball or he can get behind it and V cut. On a V cut, just going to leave you a still ball there. Again, we're gauging what is going to be the best hop we can get, at what point we can get there. And once we do, Brian is really going to plant hard off that right foot. Okay? All his momentum right now, if he's playing shortstop, all his momentum is taking him toward the left field foul line. Okay, so he's got to plant hard and get his momentum moving back through the baseball toward first base. All right. Go ahead. Okay, now, this is a play Earlier, we talked about the glove hand eye. Not concerned with that here, all right? We may not be able to get perfectly squared up with this baseball. So if we field this ball a little bit more to our throwing hand side in this instance, that's okay. All right, because chances are, too, if we lose this ball in the exchange or bobble this ball, we're probably not going to have a play anyway, okay? But the key is that plant foot. We're going to plant hard. Brian's going to step across right over left and really work to get his momentum moving back toward first base. And even more important, that we get the arm on top to finish that throw and follow our throw back toward our first baseman. All right. Let's demo a few here. All right, just watch his footwork. All right, notice how he gets behind the baseball and gets his body moving back through the baseball. All right, he's not going to stand straight up, but everything gets moving back toward first base. You don't have to have the strongest arm in the world to be a good infielder. All right, you can get away with a little less arm if you know how to use your feet correctly.